What's up, dudes? Am I live? Am I going? Can I get heard? Let's see if I can invite Mr. Michael on. Be patient as we bring Mr. Michael on. It shows that it's adding on my end. Welcome, guys. Welcome. We're just being patient, letting some internet connectivity do
Hey, what's going on, Sam?
Interneting and connectivity. And
Yo, Sam, can you hear me?
New Year, welcome. Maybe my screen or something.
Can you hear me?
I apologize for this. Oh yeah, goodness gracious, my bad. Welcome. Now we can see my computer bag got hijacked in the other room, so I'm doing this raw. They said he can't join at this time. Guys, technical difficulties, probably just part of the live process, so hang tight. Hang tight. If you need to go use the restroom right quick, grab you a drink, go ahead. We're gonna get this shake-a-legging. Michael, if you can hear me, I'm trying to send an invite and it said it's not allowing, so get out of the room and then come back in. Welcome, welcome. We did this yesterday just so this didn't happen. And for some reason, of course, it's happening. Okay, it says it's adding you again, Michael. Don't do anything. All right, it shows you. Hey. There he is. All right.
Sorry, man. I don't know if you can see all the traffic. I'm out in St. Augustine. We came for the sunset to ride the one wheels, and yeah, I had to hop in the car. Sorry about that. I tried to do the audio and it didn't really work. So I had to log off. You can't hear me?
I mean, I can hear you, but like it's not very loud.
Okay. All right. What about now?
I don't think so. I don't know. Yesterday was fine. I don't know if it's the internet or if it's what you got shaking because you're kind of blurry.
Yeah, yours is pixelated too on my end. What about other people? For the people that are watching, can you hear the audio?
Can we get a thumbs up, thumbs down, sounds great, or a piss off? Not everybody at once.
Cool. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, can you hear me now, Sam?
I mean, I can hear you, but like it's like you got like a muffler on or something. Are you Bluetooth to a car or anything?
No, I'm just on my phone, just like I was yesterday.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know if anybody else that's watching could comment to let us know if the audio is worth us continuing or if we need to do something else. But I don't know if people are watching as we're talking live, or if it's like a little like when they come on, if they're coming on at the beginning of the video or if they're coming on to where we're currently at, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, if they're watching live, it's live.
Yeah.
So,
Oh wait, you just got louder. What happened? Talk. Say something.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, I think we're in. I don't know what just happened, but something broke free.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
Sweet.
your phone looks clear now. Okay, cool. So let's get to it. So really the main things that I need from you is I just need to know what you've been doing over the last 1 to 2 months, however long you've kind of been in your last little phase of training and dieting. I need to know what what the numbers are, the food. I need to know how many calories you've been eating, if you know that, if you can tell me that. How many how many grams of protein, carbs, and fats you've had every day. If you don't know any of that stuff, I need to know about how many times you've been eating a day
I
and
can
the
do that.
food.
Yeah, I can do
So,
that.
okay. So, do you have
So
portions?
go ahead. I apologize.
Do you have portions? If you have portions, I'll take portions. If not, I just need to know like what the type of foods you've been eating. And the reason for this is I've got to know the body gets into a like a state of homeostasis. So if we're eating consistently, then the body is regulated and it's going to respond pretty standard because it's been getting the same things. If you've been eating all over the place and you haven't really been on a diet or anything like that, then I know that there is no baseline. But I need to know what the baseline is. So on top of the food, I also need to know any type of supplementation you've been taking, any type of supplements, and then what the training is, how much you've been training, how many days a week, how long you've been training. Some people they use calorie trackers like on their phones and things like that, so they know how many calories they burned a day or steps they've taken, things like that. If you've got any of that info, I need that as well, and that's going to give me the overall scope of the exercise portion of your life and the food and intake.
Okay, I'll do my best. So we'll start with food, because that's where I can think of. Um, so let's start. Let's just say Thanksgiving is kind of when this is spooled up. Maybe just a pinch before, but I came off like a kind of a cardio calisthenic run for about 10 weeks, and then came back into the weight room and the swimming pool because I got a membership at the Y. So my typical week right now is looking like it's going to go to training. So Monday is old school, like a chest and try day. And then I get about probably 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 eight exercises on the chest, and then I'm probably getting like 4 to 6 on the triceps, and I'm doing everything from dips to inclines, declines, flats. That's with a bar and with dumbbells. My working sets, flat bench on a working set, I'm probably like in the 165 pound incline. No, probably 165 on incline, probably 185 on flat, and probably like 205, 215 on decline in a working set. So that's kind of where my strength, so to speak, is at. And then Tuesday, I swim, and the swimming started at about like as a struggle to get to 30 minutes. And now I'm up to like, 45 minutes or an hour. And now I'm swimming a mile. I'm able to count, remember my laps. So like, it's all kind of coming back, but I'm getting 30 minutes to an hour in the pool. Um, and then, so I'm doing that Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday and Sunday. And then I'm working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday right now. So Wednesday turns into a leg day, some with some abs maybe. Some days are really heavy and I'm feeling real just super good. And some days my back or my spine might be tender, like for today. So today I did like leg press and extensions and curls, all machine stuff. But I got, 500 pounds, 12 reps on the press. And so like I feel it, like I still got a good workout out of it. So then Thursday back in the pool, and then Friday is unique and it's working for me. But I'm alternating. One week I'm doing like back and buys, and then the next week I'm doing like just absolute Arnold Schwarzenegger shoulder workout. And so it's like I actually kind of like the separation, and I feel like I'm growing and things are working and stuff. But there again, this is all I'm open to I'm blank slate, and that's what we're doing here. So that's where my training's at right now. I'm probably going to start bicycling in March. This is just timelines and budgets and things that I'm dealing with on my own. And so right now I'm 6 or 7 days a week, 3 days pretty hard in the gym, 3 days pretty solid in the pool.
Okay.
Diet is it's not really hit and miss, but it is, because some days I'm really hungry and some days I'm not. I eat a lot of chicken. I eat a lot of rice. Um, I eat a fair amount of beef. I eat quite a bit of lamb, and then I'm rotating rice and orange potatoes and, like, russet potatoes are the small ones and the different colors, right? Um, my greens intake is very minimal, but at least a couple times a week I'm getting a real good amount of roughage in. It's not my favorite thing to do, so I kind of have to force it. And then my supplements, I'm eating about one big meal a day. Maybe I'm eating twice. But then my supplements, I'm kind of taking a lot right now from First Form. And my theory was I want to just reload my system, man. If you guys have been following along, man, I started from the bottom. I was drained. I was weak. I was small. I was injured. I was everything, man. Like, for instance, when I met Michael a year and a half ago, I was 155 pounds. I'm 195 pounds now. So, I've taken some of this stuff serious and some of it too serious, and that's why I need the guidance now, because I'm out of, like, knowledge. I'm out of, like, what I'm capable of doing. Like, I don't want to go to the gym and just go as hard as I can and come home and eat as much as I can and be, like, just almost useless. I don't want to be in the world's strongest man competition. That's not the goal. Like, I'd like to be strong and maintain getting stronger, but, like, I'm 44. I really want to know, can I really grow muscle? Can I really get it to really actually grow? Can I get cut naturally? Can I get strong? And then, honestly, my goal is, like, I kind of want to see what it's like to go up on the stage under the lights and flex. Like, I don't care what age group, and I don't care if I get last place. Like, I just always, my whole life, like, Ronnie Coleman and Jay Cutler and Dorian Yates, like, those were the dudes that I watched and I grew up with. And, like, I want to bodybuild and I want to do it one time. And if it's cool and I have fun, I'll keep doing it, right? But then the other thing, like, I want to train for these sprint triathlons, and the distance on those is like a half-mile swim roughly. It's going to be about a 12-mile bike roughly, and about a 2-mile run. I'm probably shooting a little high, but I'm in the hour range is where my mental game is. By sectioning each one of those events off, I can do those in a combined hour. Can I do them together? That's the trick. So I really, like, as this group originated, I talked about being an absolute unit for your family. So, like, truth be told, I want to work out in the gym because I want to look like I work out in the gym. Like, there's really no other reason to it. Like, I want to be strong, but, like, that's why I want to go work out in the gym really, really, really hard. But then I want to put this application of these trying to, this cardio, I guess we'll call it, and put it into a challenge, and a short triathlon I feel like is a very appropriate challenge. I feel like it's not out of reach, but I got tons of work to do to get there, And so if we look at a timeline of where today's January 1st, the triathlons are probably going to be in June, July, August, September, October. So plenty of time to really dial in that. But at the same time, if I'm going to be working out, like, I'd like to see how bodybuilding cut and strong and go through the cycles and understand, like, how to make a muscle grow and how to get the cut and the definition. But then, as we're learning, the most important thing is diet. Like, I think I know what it is, but the reality is my love handles aren't going anywhere. And so I want to get the love handles gone, and I want to get the slimness and the tightness to the physique as much. And I'm challenging myself, but it's also kind of like I'm challenging all the men in the world that I know and don't know that at mid 40s we can still reconstruct ourselves in any way we want to do. We can still do anything we want to do, coming from injury, coming from alcoholism, coming from drug problems. Like, it doesn't matter. You can hang all that stuff up and you can truly do anything you want to do. And I personally like to apply mine through physical challenges. That's what I really, really like. Some people might like a math bowl or a science competition or something, you know what I mean? So this is where I want to do it. And I think your expertise, your wisdom, your knowledge, I think this is the opportunity that I've finally in all the years have and can try to do something with. I don't know how live I really am, and I don't know if you're receiving this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
yeah. What's your time frame
so that's
for
what
the
I'm saying. So that if we say the triathlons are going to start in June or July, and say like we want to say like May 1st is my first bodybuilding competition. Like, let's go with those numbers and just see what we
so
can come up with.
okay. So the first thing for the people watching, the first thing you need to have a concrete goal in mind. We have got to set a date. It doesn't have to be for a triathlon. It doesn't have to be for a show. It just has to be like, I want to hold myself accountable. I've got non-negotiable days or things that I need to accomplish for this timeline. So when you're getting into working out, you want to have two things. You want to have a macro goal, which is going to be that 6 month horizon or a 3 month horizon. And then you want to break that down into micro goals. You want to have miniature blocks. So if we have 6 months of the year, we need to have two different sets of micro goals. We need to have a micro goal of every quarter. So every 3 months, we're checking in and we're seeing, on our way to the 6 month goal, how are we at our halfway point? Did we hit the parameters that we needed to hit so that we're on par to actually accomplish the fucking goal at the 6 month point? And then you need to break down into the monthly micro goal. And that's actually going to have another micro goal of weeklies. So the weeklies add up to the monthlies add up to the quarterlies, that adds up to the biannual or the annual. So it doesn't have to be a thing. You just have to set it in your head, and then you need to put it in this dude's reset group so that you have accountability and you've actually put it out into the world. Whenever I go to move, I put it out immediately. I will tell anybody on Facebook I'm moving. And I do that so that I have to fucking move. I can't lie. I cannot be a liar. If I say I'm going to do something, I need to follow through with it. So that's the first thing, is we've got to set the timeline. So find find out
Let's just do
find out
6 months.
what
Yeah,
what
6 months from right now.
Okay, well,
We're just
well, but
make it
but
easy.
but here's the thing. We've got to if we're gonna do this, and you're gonna do it. I know how you are, and I am. So we're gonna do it. I need you to find a triathlon that you want to compete in, and I would say that with what you were saying for the smaller triathlon, I would say that you could do that within the next 2 to 3 months, because I know how much I know cardio is like a strong part for you, and that's a main thing for triathlon, is to have the cardiovascular strength to do it. You're going to have different segments, but you're already swimming. The running, I don't think, is going to be hard for you, and then the biking. And so, give yourself a competitive time frame. Don't give yourself some really relaxed, like, oh well, let's do 6 months. No, fuck that. If you can do it in 3 months, you need to do it in 3 months, because that's going to hold you accountable to show up for yourself. If you're getting off of the couch and back into the gym and you are in your 40s, I can tell you, I worked out since I was 21, and I went through a hard divorce, and I was very structured with bodybuilding. I did not go out and socialize. I didn't have a life at all outside of the gym, and I took like 6 years off, and it's fucking hard coming back. Like, I had the muscle density, I have the muscle memory. I'm growing the size back quickly, but my tendons and ligaments are not 20 years old no more. So the warm ups, the recoveries, the oxygenation in the body when you're getting past like 35 years old, our oxygen slows down, our NAD slows down. There's a lot of things. Our testosterone is slowing down. The growth hormone in our body is slowing down. So we you've got to show up, like is what I wanted to say. I'm a realist. I'm never somebody that's going to tell you this like, oh, you can do it. You can do it, but just know you're going to be up against them tight ass hamstrings at 40 years old. When you sit down in a seat and you get up, that shit is just not happening in your 20s, but in your 40s it is. So you've got to know that, like, okay, I've got some ground to make up. And so, really look in the mirror, call yourself out on it, talk to yourself, don't listen to yourself, tell yourself you're going to do this type of thing. Like that's what is going on with this call right now with Sam. That's what he's doing. He's speaking these things into existence, and this is how it works. So, okay, I have this information, Sam, and then I've also got this live call. So I'm going to go back tomorrow morning. I'm going to rewatch this. I'm going to listen to everything you were talking about and the foods and stuff. What blood type is your doc? What blood type are you?
I'm O positive.
Okay,
That's
you're O positive. Okay, so
the
I as what I do, I've always done is I've been a big promoter of blood diet types. Some people in the fitness realm, they say it doesn't work. Some people do. If you get into any fitness, you're going to see that there's going to be people that agree with creatine and people that don't. There's going to be the people that agree with salt, and then there's going to be like, well, but there's a certain type of salt. And so everybody's got their own things. And I just say that to preface it because there's so many personal trainers. Some people can contradict what another person says, but I've trained many people with a blood type diet. And all you do is you just Google what your blood type is. You can go donate blood, and they'll tell you what your blood type is if you do not know it. You can also get it off your birth certificate. But if you don't have that, go donate blood, do something good in the world, and find your blood type out. Then Google what your blood type is and find out what foods. There's different blood lipids in our blood. So the blood type is going to break down different foods. Also, I'm a person that likes to go off of ancestral eating. So, what that means is you're not going to find an Alaskan that's going to do well. That an Eskimo is not going to respond to a plant-based diet well, but that doesn't mean that somebody in the plains wouldn't. They're going to be more of gatherers. They're going to be more of farmers. So their lineage, the blood type. O positives are carnivorous. We were the hunters. We were the hunters. So we run better on red meats and simple carbs. We actually the it and this is everybody's a case by case basis. I start with the blood type diet so that I can build the meal plan around that person's blood type so that we can see what type of foods they're responding well to. You put the food in, and after a week or two, you might not, although the blood type diet says it, maybe it doesn't work. Maybe baked potatoes, russet potatoes are not good for you. Maybe sweet potatoes are. But what you have to do is you have to eat them for a while so that you can see how the body's actually responding. Are you getting lethargic to it? Is it getting you real gassy? Some people respond well to broccoli, some people don't. So broccoli's not the end all be all. Not everybody should eat broccoli. You can opt to eating peas. Some people's stomach doesn't handle peas. So it's a case by case basis. The main thing is to get the food in the body consistently so that we build up a level of homeostasis so that we can see, okay, this is happening. Now we're going to take this out, put this in. That's how the meal plans go. In terms of the training, we'll cover that on the next call, but that's about the food. I think the main thing that really needs to be put into this space, because it's a bunch of men, I don't need y'all to probably really be more men. Like, men are men. What we have to focus on is the shadow of that, which is the food. Focus on the food. You come in here and you think, oh man, I need to be able to pick up and do all this. Yes, you do, but you need to eat the food. The food is what you are eating 16 hours out of the day. You're only training about 1 to 2. So it is more important, and you will get further results if you focus on your food. And the reason I'm saying this is because I love what Sam said on the call about give 50% 100% of the time. Way better than giving 100% 50% of the time. So if you're wondering like, well, what would that 50% be for me? It would be the food. Just focus on the food. Focus on, if you don't know what food you're eating and you don't know a lot about proteins and carbs and the macros and the blah blah blah, you know what good food is. You know what bad food is. Go on the outside of the grocery store. Don't shop for the shit in the aisles. That's the elephant graveyard. That's where the GMOs and the bullshit food is, the grains and all of that. Stay on the outside of the grocery store. Eat your fruits, your vegetables, your meats. Right now, we're in the winter season. So, if you're not really feeling a lot of vegetables, that's okay because they're not even fresh right now. Focus on the potatoes, focus on the grains, focus on some of the meats, the dairy, things like that. Just start getting the good stuff in your body, and drink water, and just drink water, a lot of water, as much water as you can. We are forcing our bodies to remove toxins. You will lose more weight pissing than you will taking a shit. You will repeat that. I'm going to repeat that. You will lose more weight taking pisses throughout the day than you will taking big shits. So go drink a bunch of water. You're actually passing the waste and the fluid through your urine more so than the feces. So that's an important thing. A lot of people don't realize that. Like, well, why should I drink water? Because of all the pesticides they're putting in the food. You want to get that shit out of your body because of all of the GMOs, because of the alcohol, because of the drugs, because of the tobacco, because of everything that's not good for the body. We are 76% water. It's important to have hydration in us. Whatever's going on in this world right now with a lot of these colds and these symptoms, it's a lot of dry coughing. I think there's something to be said about that. Hydration is important. That's about all I have. If there's any questions, if anybody has any questions and they're watching, just put them in the comments and we can answer them. Yeah, Sam.
I wanted to say you've got the picture I sent you in a text with the supplements that I'm taking, which is almost all of them. And so I'm willing to supplement the things that I can't get from food. But as you put this together, let's find that balance in what we can get at the grocery store and then what we do need to supplement because our bodies don't produce it and we can't modify it through what we do eat. Because I'm willing, but I know a lot of guys are like, man, I can't do it all, and some guys are like, I can do everything. Tell me what foods, what supplements I can, I'll do everything. So when you put the food plan together, and as you know, you're an old single military dude, like put it together for guys kind of like us, very simple, but nutrient dense with, and it's as best as we can, but with a little bit of cost effectiveness to it.
Oh
um,
yeah.
you
Hey,
know,
yeah,
tell us
yeah.
what we
I'm
can
I'm
supplement.
I'm cheap. I'm a cheapskate. I'm a minimalist. I live in an RV. I'm not about spending a lot of money. I can't stand that they take the fitness and the health sector and they've consumerized it. And a lot of the supplements that you guys are seeing on these shelves, if you actually knew how much the body required of the actual supplement, you would see that it's all a lot of them are bullshit. They'll put that they have citrulline in them or arginine, but the body actually needs, and if you look on the back on the nutrition, it'll say that it has like 4 grams of citrulline. Well, the body responds optimally to 10 grams. So they're only giving you 4, but they put enough on there so that they can put it on the bottle so that it has ginkgo and it has this and it has this and it has that. A lot of the times you're better off just getting the bare supplement because creatine is creatine. You don't need you're paying for the bottle, you're paying for the brand. You're there. It doesn't matter which creatine. Now there's creatine monohydrate and there's different types of creatine. But what I'm saying is that the actual supplement itself, the branch chain amino acid, the taurine is taurine. It doesn't matter what brand has it. So if you want to save money, go to supplements first and find, just the bare supplements. Get them in bags. Take a teaspoon out. Start making your own. Don't expect these supplement brands to do it for you. The supplements that you have, Sam, those are good ones. You're not going to need that entire stack, and I think that deserves like a call on its own, just so that we can kind of give the respect to supplements because they are very, very important. It You have, the whole thing with Robert F. Kennedy about the soil, about how bad our soil is. Well, the pesticides kills the minerals that's in the soil, and we resoil because we're so focused on producing so that we can consume. Well, when you're resoiling that land, you're losing the minerals. The minerals are leaching out of the soil, and they're not being put back in because we're not doing proper fucking gardening. Like, it's just not going the way that it's supposed to go. There's supposed to be weeds and shit that blow back into the farmland so that the minerals are put back into the soil so that it goes into the crop. So when you look at an apple, I want you to picture a piece of Swiss cheese, and those holes in that cheese is a good representation of an apple and the actual minerals and vitamins that's in that apple. They're not all in there like they say on the nutrition facts, because the soil does not have it because of the pesticides. So it's not going up into the tree that's getting into the apple that's getting into our body. So it is important for us to take supplements. You know, I just wish everybody could feel fucking optimal once in their life. And a lot of people are suboptimal. They're not even up to the standard. We got to get to the standard, and then we want to start putting the supplements in so that we start optimizing our body. And that's when you really become a unit. That's when you're a fucking unit. When you can do a man should do a standard man at 200 pounds should be able to do X amount of pull-ups and X amount of push-ups. Well, can you do that? Okay, well, a badass can do more. Let's start being badasses and do more. It's not really that much. It's really not that much. It's just a little bit of dedication, and it's the consistency that's going to bleed over into that. That's actually going to give you those results. So, you know, set that long-term goal. Have a long-term goal in your mind, and I guarantee you, I can help each of you and Sam do it. We just got to get your mini goals, and then you just got to fucking show up every week, every month. It's just a domino effect. Um, Sam, I love you, bro. I need to let you go. I'm heading back out to the woods tomorrow, and so me and my girl got to jump on these one wheels and have some time and enjoy St. Augustine and the lights before they take them down.
For sure. Before you jump off here, I just want to give everybody that's on here, because we got a pretty decent little group. I want to give everybody just a quick opportunity before Michael's got to jump off to ask
Oh yeah,
questions.
yeah,
Quick summary
yeah. Let's do another.
is
Hey, it's
that
6:30. Let's do another 5 minutes. Let's do another 5 minutes. If there's any questions, man, if anybody's got any like statistics like for yourself, like, hey, I weigh this, I'd like to weigh this, or hey, I'm only being able to lift this much, and I'd like to be able to lift this much. If there's any questions, this is the time to kind of to get on the radar so that we can start pouring into y'all. All you got to do is just ask,
yeah,
really.
you don't got to be wanting to do the super extreme guys. But whatever your goals are, and you just want to be better than you are today and be better than that tomorrow. Like that's all. That's all we're trying to do. And if you've been a part of this dude reset group, it started with me doing one push up, one stinking push up, and I've just grown and progressed. And that's why my year end lesson was consistency. So tonight, kind of a quick recap is the importance of nutrition, the importance of functional nutrition, because food is for function, and food for performance. And so what Michael's going to do for me and anybody that wants to jump in right now is he's going to put together a workout plan for me so I can get to this bodybuilding goal, because truth be told, guys, straight up, I just want to look jacked. I just want to look jacked. And I don't want to weigh 240 pounds. I don't want to do it the wrong way. But at the same time, I want to be able to move my body. And so these little triathlons, these sprints is what they're called. They're just short ones. That's how I'm applying, because last year I did the Murph Challenge. You can look that up. That was a really awesome challenge. This year I want to just raise my own bar, and now I'm going to go into this triathlon stuff. So it could be
And
anything for you.
so,
You want to lose weight, whether you want to gain weight, whether you want to get like familiar with a gym, whether you want to get familiar with a jujitsu gym. Like if you have a goal and you want to be better at something, what are you going to do to be better at that goal? What are you going to do? I've had guys message me this week already. I want to do this. I want to do this. How did you do that? Guys, this is how we do it. We get really precise with our food. We get really precise how we work out, and we understand how important sleep is. And so, with
So
that being said, I'll let you have the
yeah,
floor one more time.
yeah. So Jared asked, he'd like to dumb down a list of some food ideas for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the all right. So an important thing to remember is what the macros are. So every food is going to consist of protein, carbs, and fats. You need to figure out which piece of food falls under which of those categories. So like meat is mostly going to fall under protein, right? It's going to fall under protein. Now, of course, some beef is going to have some fats added to it, so that they will add to that, but a meat is not going to have carbs. It's going to be a protein. And protein is the muscle source. Carbs and fats are the energy source. Carbohydrates are the energy source for the brain, and the fats are the energy source for the body. You never, not you never, but you want to as much as possible keep a protein with either a carb or a fat. Never try to load up protein, carbs, and fats in a meal. If you're doing intermediate fasting, then that's okay because you're shoving it all into 1 or 2 meals. But you want to have protein for each meal and then have an either a carb or a fat accompanying it. So like for breakfast, I usually do eggs and bacon, or I'll do eggs and oats, or I'll do eggs and cream of rice or cream of wheat, or I'll do grits, or I'll do some bread rarely, but mostly I'll just do, I usually do bacon and eggs, or I'll do eggs and oats. For lunch, similar, same thing. You want a meat source. So whether that's chicken, whether that's fish, or beef, and then you want to have a portion of a carb. Most men should have roughly 6 to 8 ounces portions. That should be around the portions. And your carbs are 4 grams, 4 calories per gram. Your protein is 4 calories per gram. Your fats are 9 calories per gram, but I like to use 8 just because it's easier, because 4 times 2 is 8. So when you start looking at the numbers and you're actually trying to build up your meal plan to match your macro nutrients for the day, that's an easy way to go about it. So, 4 ounces is 25 grams usually of rice or potatoes, carbs. Same thing for the meats. It's going to be about 25 grams of protein for 4 ounces of chicken or beef or fish. So 8 ounces is usually a man's meal. Like a man should have about 2,000 to 3,000 calories. A woman should have no less than like 1,200 calories, and that's on like a full cut, like a hardcore cut. That's like the low end for a woman, and they should have around 18 to 2,000 calories at the top end. So those are like the parameters. If you're just trying to do this on your own and you just want a little step with that, that's what I would do. Dinner, same thing as lunch. I would remove breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I would replace it with meal one, meal two, and meal three. And that's a mindset thing. That's the only reason I would remove that. I would just remove the concept of I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your snacks are meal whatever. Like breakfast is meal one, snack is meal two, lunch is meal three, snack is meal four, dinner's meal five. It's just easier to do meals one through meal fives. And remember food for function. Remember food for function. That's another main thing. Any other questions?
I just put hard-boiled eggs and some fresh blueberries and raspberries, and that can be your protein and your
Yeah.
carb source. And a lot of guys like that's a real easy thing to do, and it's
Yeah.
easy to keep in the fridge and grab 2 or 3 hard-boiled eggs and a thing of fruit. So it's just
Yeah.
another matching that just
Hey, a
matches
peat.
what I do
There's
without
a
knowing
peat.
what I'm
Uh,
doing.
there's a peat diet too. If you want to look into Ray Peat, Dr. Ray Peat, if there's guys that are looking for losing weight, uh, sugar based diet like fruits, high amounts of fruits and you don't eat any meat until the afternoon. I've talked about that before. I did that diet. I put a couple other people on it. It's phenomenal. Coconut oil is the main source of the MCTs. They burn quick, so it stokes the metabolism really high on the high end. And then you eat your meats on the backside of your day, because meats are, they're rotting carcass in your stomach. It takes longer to break down. So that's in the evening. If you really want to stimulate fat burning right now, if that's what you're looking to do, is your goal is to lose some weight, man, eat you a tablespoon of coconut oil with some fruit, and do that 2 or 3 times from when you wake up until about 4 in the afternoon. And then from 4 to 8 p.m., eat whatever meats you want, and have one carb meal, like one piece of rice or potato, something like that, and some vegetables, and drink a lot of water, and you will start pulling weight immediately.
All right. So goal is here, you're going to get back in touch with me when you get a plan put together, and
Yeah.
then we'll put an announcement out to do a follow-up to this, so we can see putting information in, doing the work with the
Yep.
information, and then bringing it back out so we can see this whole process.
Yep.
And then I'm going to start participating, and then that's where we're going to start seeing proven results. And so, guys, if there's any other questions, that's it. We're going to close it out, but we are going to come back in a couple of days, and we'll have the follow-up to this with real meals and real workouts. And so if you missed it tonight, and you were watching, I hope you absorbed something at least. But we're going to have Michael, one more live, and then it's only going to probably be about once a month, maybe. Maybe we can get him more, but we'll have to see. So take advantage of this, watch this video, and we come back on the follow-up. When that information comes out, maybe that's going to spawn some more questions. So don't hesitate to ask. Guys, thanks for showing up, and go ahead.
Yeah, the next one, the next call, I'll have, I'll flip the camera over, and I'm going to write it. It's going to be old school. It's going to be on notepad and paper, and I'll have your meal plan broke down. I'll have the numbers broke down, how much carbs, protein, calories. You can see the math on all of that. I'm going to have the workout plan wrote down on paper, so that we can see that, because while we're talking about it, I think it'd be better to not see my face and to actually see the blueprint, and just have me explaining the blueprint to y'all, so that can just be what you're looking at. And then if any of y'all have any questions of what is that workout, I don't even know what that word is, what is that, I can give an explanation, I can give an example of it, I can explain the rhyme to reason. You're going to learn a lot on the next call about timing, and that's time under tension, that's going to be rest time, that's going to be a lot of stuff. So we'll be way more in detail, and that should be in a couple of days, man. I'd like to get that started. Today's Wednesday, right? Wednesday. So yeah, man, I'd like to do it Friday, or if the group, maybe we can open up a poll and see what's best for everybody to tune in live. Maybe we can do it on the weekend, Saturday, when everybody's got the day off, if they want to tune in. But we'll talk about that and figure it out. Hey, Happy New Year's to everybody. This is our best year yet. We're fucking here still. Holy shit, we're still in the Matrix. Oh my God, we're still doing it. They can't get rid of us. They're trying. But hey, man, love y'all. Love you, Sam. Thanks for giving me the opportunity, man, to help you out, brother.
You bet, man. We'll talk soon. I'll let you know.
Cool. Peace, brother.
All right. Anybody still with me? I was trying to figure out all this tech stuff. So, all right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It was kind of just showing you how you show up to a personal trainer. Be very specific with your goals, and the right person will give you the right plan, and you execute it. And that's where the results come from. So if you're going to watch this on a delayed video, come back with some questions, and I don't know. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and you're learning. So let me know. I know there's a few guys that messaged. So tonight we learned how important diet is going to be in this whole entire process, and then just the fact to keep showing up. So hopefully this has spawned some purpose, right? Motivation to discipline, discipline to consistency. Dudes, you're awesome, and we'll see you soon. We'll talk soon. Message me if any questions do come up, and we'll get after it. So, all right, man, be good, dudes, and let's put some work in 2025. That's all we got. Later.